As far as the rain situation is concerned, incessant rainfall continues to wreak havoc in Telangana, claiming 16 lives. The damage is worth crores. 500 kilometers of rural roads have been damaged and power supply poles have also been damaged. So far, 16 people have died due to the monsoon fury, and the damage is worth 5,438 crore rupees. And Uma joining us to get us more on this. Uma, take us through the situation on the ground. From what we are hearing is that heavy rain is going to continue over the course of the day as well as the course of the week.
So the prediction is that as many as 11 districts may get at least average rainfall to heavy rainfall, and that is could be a point of concern. And that's the reason why Chief Secretary Shanti Kumari has alerted those 11 districts to be on standby. Chief Minister Revanth Reddy visited Khammam district yesterday, and he will be in fact visiting Mehboobabaad, which is one of the worst affected districts after Khammam here in Telangana. And there we have seen the breaches of railways, bridges and roads actually being broken. All that is what Chief Minister will be seeing. What he has said as of now is that other than the 16 deaths, the figure could actually go up. Where 5,438 crore rupees of damages have happened, and he has asked for the Prime Minister to declare this as a national disaster, national calamity, and therefore also come and visit this area and extend all possible help to the state of Telangana, because he is pointing out that roads have been damaged, power supply lines have all been cut, many poles, thousands of poles in fact have been damaged because of the kind of rains and floods that the area has seen. But even as all this is happening, a political slugfest has broken out between the BRS and the Congress, especially on social media, with the BRS leader KT Ramarao attacking the Congress, saying that despite 3 ministers being there from Khammam district, they were not able to bring in the choppers necessary or the boats necessary to rescue people. And he even pointed to the example of Andhra Pradesh, saying that Chandrababu Naidu managed to get 150 boats and 6 choppers for the rescue operation, whereas in Khammam, when people were appealing for their lives to be saved by the administration, they were not able to. And Ponguleti Srinivas Reddy, who is the disaster management minister, in fact has said that there are documents to show that the government was pushing for these choppers to come in, but because of inclement weather, the choppers were not able to fly, and that's the reason why they were not able to send those choppers in to rescue. He was specifically referring to 9 people were stranded atop a place where it was marooned by the waters, and then there was a JCB driver, Subhan Khan, who went in with his JCB, saying that if I go, it will only be 1 life lost, and if I come back, then I'll be coming back with 9 more lives. So he went and saved, and he became a hero in the area, and that has become a point of controversy as well. But Revanth Reddy once again training his guns on the opposition party, saying that KCR has not got out of his farmhouse. KT Ramarao was tweeting away on social media on X while he is holidaying in the US, and he pointed out that it is he and his ministers who are in fact on the ground and helping people on the ground. So politics certainly playing out over the rescue operations in Khammam region, and the comparison being made to Andhra Pradesh as well.
Right. So, of course, Revanth Reddy there talking about preliminary estimates to the tune of 5,000 crore rupees, and has asked for 2,000 crore rupees from the centre for immediate assistance in the flood situation. Take us through the situation as far as Andhra Pradesh is concerned. We know that 16 people have lost their lives in Telangana. About 19 people have lost their lives due to the monsoon fury that's taken place over the last couple of days that we are seeing. Areas are completely marooned, is what Chandrababu Naidu has said.
Yes, indeed. In Andhra Pradesh, 19 lives have been lost due to the kind of flooding that happened following the rains. There have been landslides. There have been other incidents because of which the loss of lives has happened. The worst affected area is in fact Vijayawada town that was submerged. Several colonies were submerged, and we saw the Chief Minister going on a JCB to Singh Nagar. He also went on rescue rafts a couple of times into the interior areas, trying to ensure that rescue as well as relief reaches those areas. Chandrababu Naidu has also spoken about 11.4 lakh cusecs of water that has to be released from the Prakasham barrage, and he says 11.9 lakh cusecs is the capacity of the waters, and therefore this is unprecedented in the history of Prakasham barrage, that such huge inflows are coming, and that is what he blamed for the flooding in Vijayawada, other than also talking about Budameru, which is a stream of the Krishna that flows through Vijayawada, and he said there were breaches that had happened in that stream. Otherwise the waters are supposed to go towards Kolleru, and that did not happen, and that the breaches had happened during the YSRCP time, and that is what had led to the kind of flooding that we saw in Vijayawada, several localities of Vijayawada. YSRCP leader Jagan Mohan Reddy, who went and visited those areas, called this a man-made disaster, and he in fact said that because the gates of the Budameru had been closed in order to divert the waters away from the house of Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, and that's why the flooding happened in Vijayawada. So in that sense, exchange of sharp words happening. There's also a flood risk retaining wall that was built, which was blamed by some people as the reason for the flooding, and some others said it is because of that in the Krishna Lanka, which is the islands, people's lives were saved because that retaining wall had been built. So full politics blowing out even as rescue operations are continuing today. One of the interesting things that we are seeing in this disaster is the use of drones, not just for capturing the kind of damage that is there, for reaching relief to people who are in far off areas, for getting them food and water. All of that as well, drones are being used to study which are the areas which are worst affected and where rescue and the efforts of the rescue teams needs to be focused upon. Back to you.